All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to FrontFundr's August Pitch Perfect edition. We're just going to give everyone a couple minutes to join in here. So just for everyone to keep in mind, this presentation may contain forward-looking information. There can be no assurance that forward-looking information will prove to be accurate, as actual results and future events could differ materially from those anticipated in such statements. Accordingly, viewers should not place undue reliance on forward-looking information. We're now going to look at turning things over to Sam. So some of you tuning in today might be quite familiar with Toro. We've had Toro Matcha do a campaign with us in the past. So Toro Beverages, we've got matcha-powered energy drinks, powder blends, and now hard seltzers. So Sam, would love to hear more about the Toro pitch.
Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Sam. I'm the CEO and founder of Toro, and we are the pioneers of the next iconic beverages. So to give you a bit of background, I started this company back in 2019. I used to be a huge energy drink consumer, particularly Red Bull. I used to drink at least a couple cans every day. Then one day throughout my university years, I discovered matcha through a friend, and it really changed my life. I stopped coffee, stopped energy drinks, started mixing that matcha powder in a bottle of water and drinking it throughout my day. I would feel so much more energized. I wouldn't get the jitters, no spike of caffeine, no crash. And then I was like, why is no one putting this matcha powder in an energy drink and selling it, in a can? And that's where the idea came from. So to give you a bit of background about what's matcha, matcha is a 12th century Japanese green tea powder that gives you healthy, long-lasting energy that lasts for several hours. And it was used for years by Japanese monks as a source of energy to keep them focused during their long hours of meditation without the spikes and crash of caffeine. So let's talk about our iconic brands. We've got Toro Matcha. Toro Matcha was introduced in 2019 to serve the rapidly expanding natural energy drink category. We've got 5 amazing flavors. They're all sugar-free, low in calories. They give you healthy, long-lasting energy without the spikes and crash of caffeine. They've got uji matcha, natural flavors, chlorophyll, and citric acid. Really 4 simple ingredients. And if you haven't tried it yet, I would advise that you go to our website, toromatcha.com, and order yourself a starter pack. They taste really good. They're very tasty. And, if you compare it to classic energy drinks that are sugar-filled or stevia-filled, we've got none of that bullshit. It's really natural, easy to drink. Tastes like kind of like a sparkling water with a hint of green tea. Our newest brand, it's Matcha Colada. It's a hard matcha seltzer flavored with pina colada. It's got matcha in it, 4 simple ingredients as well. Matcha flavors, chlorophyll, citric acid. So we're tackling the fast-growing hard seltzer market with a better-for-you seltzer. So it's got 5% alcohol per volume, but as well as benefits from chlorophyll and matcha, which are a bunch of antioxidants. No sugar here again, no flavor, no sweeteners, no stevia. So all natural. Right now, it's only distributed in Quebec, but we aim to be distributed across Canada and even in the US in the short future. We've got a growing list of retailers. We're listed with Loblaws, Whole Foods, Maxi, Metro, Sobeys, IGA, Real Canadian Superstore, even Costco.ca online. And most recently, we've got Zoom Outlets, which is a kind of like a Circle K in Dubai. So we're starting overseas as well. Our company is community-owned. Over 15% of the company is owned by the community. We've had already a first round on FrontFundr 1 year ago, and right now we're offering another 8% of our company to the community. And since last year, if you look at what we've accomplished, we've gone from 400 points of sale to over 1,000 points of sale, $500,000 in sales to over $1 million, 1 brand to 2 brands, 9 SKUs right now, and we're distributed in over 4 countries, including Canada, US, French Polynesia, and United Arab Emirates. So I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have, and thank you for listening.
Fantastic. Thanks for the presentation there, Sam. For anyone who's does have questions, do send them through the Q&A there. I know I've had a chance to try your products as well. Have some in my garage right now. They're great. Definitely don't have the effects of traditional energy drinks, which is nice to see. One of the questions I was going to ask is kind of some of the milestones or accomplishments you've had since your first round on FrontFundr, but you actually did a great job summarizing that on that one slide in terms of some kind of key performance metrics that you've had since then. Perhaps you could just tell us a little bit more, just overall as a company, what you've really achieved since that first campaign.
Yeah, so since the first campaign, we really focused on increasing our distribution and sales. That's the two metrics that we use to see how we're performing. And we went from, as I mentioned, like from 400 points of sale to over 1,000. That's over 114% increase in terms of points of sales. Our sales have more than doubled, over 110% increase as well. So we're going in the right direction. And even in terms of distribution, we don't see Toro as a local Canadian brand. We really want it to be an international brand. So we started exploring other countries. So doing some trade shows overseas, and we've had very good reception from other distributors in other countries. So we were able to list it in United Arab Emirates and in French Polynesia with some national distributors there. So yeah, so we're very excited about what's coming ahead. So yeah.
That's fantastic. I think one of the recent announcements that you guys had in terms of a listing in Canada was Costco, right? So what does that Costco announcement mean for Toro Matcha?
So for Toro, it means we just I don't know if you've seen of Costco.ca, we're already live from 1 week ago. So it means that right now we're not going just towards, because we started with the natural channel only when we started the campaign, but now we're going more mainstream, and seeing that Costco wanted to list our products and believe that there is a bigger market for mainstream channel for it. That means a lot. It means that our product is not a niche product. It's really it resonates with more than just matcha addicts. So that was very, very exciting to see that Costco wanted to list our product. Now it's live on Costco.ca, and the next step is really to take it into the warehouses, so physical sales in retail across Canada and the US. We're already talking with them. I can't tell more, but we might see our products in Costco warehouses within next year.
That's fantastic. No, that's great for you guys as a business for sure. I know you mentioned as well matcha colada, available in Quebec right now, but plans to expand that. Are there timelines for releasing matcha colada kind of in stores throughout elsewhere in Canada?
So for now, we started. We just released it this summer. It took longer than expected because it's alcohol product, so there are a lot of regulations to follow, and it took some more time than we expected in terms of certifications and all that. But this summer we were able to put it in stores already in Quebec, and a lot of independent IGA stores across the province. And most recently, last week, we've got an approval for Matcha Quebec listing. So we're listed in over 100 stores of Metro in Quebec, and you might be able to grab a store in any Metro across the province within the next 2 months, because it takes some time to get the distribution going within all the stores. But for now, the most exciting news is that we're listed officially within Metro in all the stores in Quebec. But we're exploring the opportunity to get it outside of Quebec, but that won't be, I'll tell you, before spring 2023, because there are a lot of steps involved, because it's alcohol products. Not that easy to get it distributed outside of the province.
For sure. No, absolutely. Great definitely listing there with Metro. That's fantastic to see. We actually had a question come through from Maxime, wondering if you have any convenience stores specifically as a target for selling Toro Matcha.
Yeah, so we want to start selling matcha, Toro Matcha, both the Toro Matcha or the Matcha Colada in Couche-Tard. So basically all the stores of Couche-Tard in Quebec, and the Circle K outside of Quebec, 7-Eleven outside of Quebec. So those were we're in our like second phase of distribution. We started with the mass grocery stores with the national channel because it's much easier to deal with, and they have lower expectations than the classic convenience, like the big chains of convenience stores. But those are planned, to get penetrated within 2023.
Fantastic. We had another question come through from an investor. How are you planning to scale production? And have you experienced kind of any supply chain or stocking issues over the last while? I know that's something many companies have experienced. And, how are you able to kind of work through that?
Yeah, so good question, because we've had within the last, I'll tell you, last couple of months, we've had supply issues. That was because we were using a smaller co-packer that's not used to high volumes. But this summer we've had a very surge, like a spike of orders that took all our inventory, and our co-packer wasn't ready for it. We weren't ready for it. So we had to really find a new co-packer that's able to scale with us to get us, to the next level. And right now we're working with the new co-packer that's based in Quebec that can make very, very high volumes. Even our latest production run was a very big one. We had to adapt to their minimum orders, but they make beverages for companies making over 100 million in sales per year. So they're very they're able to scale with us, and that was very exciting for us to be able to work with this type of co-packers. Even the quality of the product improved. They have very high quality assurance systems. So yeah, that problem is solved. So in terms of scaling, we're not scared from in terms of inventory.
That's great. You guys are now set up for success, it sounds like, with that new arrangement. So that's great to hear. One of the questions I wanted to ask as well is just, what are you planning to do with the funds raised from this campaign? I'm sure some of that has to do with scaling up production. So perhaps you can tell us all a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so we have a strong plan for penetrating the US. We just recently signed a contract with a large distributor in the US, Kihi, for 18 states in the US. So they're waiting for us to supply the inventory either in November or December or January of the upcoming months. So we have to run a very large production run, and as well be ready for all the trade spend that's associated with it for penetrating new markets. So the most of the funds are going to go towards growing in the US and penetrating the US market.
That's fantastic. Last question for today, just for those tuning in, why should they invest in Toro Beverages?
Yeah, so at Toro, we're really just getting started. We don't have much point of sales, but we have a very high velocity for each store. And if you look at comparables in the industry, in the natural energy drink industry, like let's take, for example, Celsius energy drink, like we're planning to get to over 100 million in sales within the next 5 years, whereas like Celsius, who have a drink that doesn't taste as well as ours, but delivers the same benefits, are at over 400 million. So we're really seeing a lot of upsides for our investors to invest at this early stage and get a good gain on their investment later on.
Thank you so much for the pitch, Sam. Really appreciate it, and great to have you back on the platform for a second time. So wrapping up our presentation today, just for those who might be new to FrontFundr, just wanted to give a quick high level as to what FrontFundr is and where you guys can find information about investing in these fantastic private companies. So we're Canada's leading equity crowdfunding platform. We make it easy for all Canadians to invest in Canada's most exciting startups and growth stage businesses, just like those you all had the pleasure of hearing from today, for as little as $250. We've done over 100 raises now, raising over $120 million across 15,000 investments, and we've got a community of over 34,000 users. So for those who do have questions about how to get started, definitely encourage you to go visit frontfundr.com. If you have any questions about how to make an investment, we have great resources available on the website itself. And you can also reach out to our team at support@frontfundr.com with any questions that you might have. So thank you so much for your time. We hope to see you back on the next edition of Pitch Perfect. So thanks everyone and have a great day.